So our focus as a foundation is on vulnerable women and children. We focus on gender-based violence, and we focus on the LGBT community. We also focus on the people that are out on the streets who don't have anything. And that is us in a nutshell as a whole.
And talking about people on the streets, it's becoming increasingly cold, especially in the past few weeks. Have NGOs in general, especially safe havens, started experiencing an influx of people coming in wanting shelter during this time?
Definitely, it is definitely colder this year than what it was last year, and we've identified the issues and the needs, and the numbers of people, and there's definitely been an influx of people that have come forward to our foundation that require assistance, and with the work that we do on the ground as Modern Community Foundation, we were able to identify the needs in different communities.
Let's talk about the impact that COVID-19 has had on those who are living on the streets and those who are homeless, so to speak. You'll remember that during the early days, efforts were made to try and get them into shelters where they could be warm and at least have a warm meal and be sheltered from COVID-19 as well. There were reports that a large number of them chose to go back into the streets after a short period of time. Can you update us as to the status quo of that? Have a large number of people who were in homes of safety now gone back into the streets?
I wish I could give you the accurate number on that, but I do believe from what we see in the streets as human beings, driving past, walking past, there's way more people on the street these days, and especially this winter, than what there were in previous years. And, it's one of our greatest beliefs and achievements that we want to have one day is to own a shelter for homeless people, to provide them, with a meal, with a bed, with a warm shower. If they choose to go back into the street during the day, that is up to them. But with the shelter that we want to create, we want to also upskill them for them to be able to get out of the poverty cycle and start their own life.
And how can NGOs such as yourselves work along with government as well as the private sector in alleviating the social ills that we face, social ills like these, which target mainly orphans and even those who are living on the streets?
So at Modern Community Foundation, we believe that collaboration is the new innovation. Our ethos is in conjunction with our holdings company, Modern Centric Holdings, there, where we believe we would like to curb the poverty, by educating our children, by upskilling people, especially in the 4IR sector these days. And to also, what we do, one of our main projects as a foundation is we have distributed, or we're still distributing reusable sanitary towels to girls, to young girls, to keep them in school. And these sanitary towels last for about 5 years. And that's one of the initiatives we have used as a foundation to uplift and upskill and keep the morale going of these young girls.
And talk to us about some of the stumbling blocks that you face and the challenges that NGOs are facing during this time.
One of the stumbling blocks is always finances. The other stumbling block is you'd knock on organizations' doors and ask for funding to be able to do different projects, to change people's lives in different communities. And, sometimes you would get told, just now, we'll get back to you. And then sometimes, they never get back to you. So at the end of the financial year, you'll find that some organizations just throw money into a community and be like, well, just paint the school or just do a quick thing just to tick a box. So that's one of the stumbling blocks for us as an organization. And I believe that different organizations should start working together. And that will eliminate, the working against one another, because we're all working for the greater good of the people that we're trying to help.
And that certainly is a good place to leave it this evening. Thank you so much, Mr. Revel Harris, for the work that you do as Modern Community Foundation, as well as all the other foundations that are actually working to relieve the social stresses and pressures that we're experiencing during this time. That's Revel Harris there, Managing Director at Modern Community Foundation.